So yes, is it way too early for a 2021 mock draft? And I get it. I can already hear the don't give up on the Vikings quite yet. Be quiet. Quiet. Obviously, still have hope. I think the Vikings get it done against the 0-3 Houston Texans. Something's got to give. Bowl. Oh, the PJ Hall Bowl. Yeah, but just for grins, just for funsies, let's take a look and take a poke at the Vikings 2021 mock draft. Now, initially, it was just going to do a 3-round draft, but then I remembered the Vikings don't have a second-round pick. Yeah, sent it as part of the unique the freaking Ngakoue trade. Worth it. But we're gonna do 5 rounds, just because the Vikings have like 5 billion 4th and 5th round picks, so it should be a lot of fun. So we got the Vikings. We're on the Draft Network, great simulator over there. All right, so we'll do 5 rounds. We'll do fast because I want to go fast and manual. So now, full disclosure, so we've run this a couple times. Things get a little bit wonky at the top, so we'll give a little cause for pause there. So right away, you'll see that the Vikings, they do have projected as number 11. So obviously, they're not as bad as the 0-3 start may suggest, right? So the Jets. So like we said, things get a little bit wonky. So the Jets at 1 take Greg Rousseau, who's a great edge rusher from Miami. Don't get me wrong, but are the Jets rolling with Darnold? Is Darnold really the problem? Not necessarily. I like Sam Darnold, but if you have a chance to take Trevor Lawrence, ugh. And also you see Trevor Lawrence falls at 7, which you're picking Trevor Lawrence over Teddy. Okay, I get it. Also in Carolina, the Panthers encompass North and South Carolina, so it would be a hell of a pick. I get it. Clemson's in South Carolina. So Micah Parsons at 2 to the Giants. Yeah, leave it to the Giants. All the offensive line issues. You have a generational left tackle in Penny Sewell, who would be great paired up with Andrew Thomas, kick Matt Parton the guard. And then you just take Micah Parsons, who, again, stud player from Penn State. But, yeah. And also, you have a chance to take Trevor Lawrence, and you're just like, I'm all in with Danny Jones. Okay. Penny Sewell goes to the Bengals. So now the Bengals for Joe Burrow have Jonah Williams and Penny Sewell. So, I mean, that's damn fine. And also, it's fitting that Sewell goes to the Bengals since he's probably one of the most hyped tackle prospects since Anthony Munoz, who, for my money, is the best left tackle of all time. Patrick Surtain going to the Broncos makes a lot of sense. Number 5, so Washington, who Dwayne Haskins is cratering. They don't take like, what happened? Did Trevor Lawrence kill a guy? Trevor Lawrence could kill 5 people in cold blood on videotape, and then GMs would still be like, they can doctor that tape. That tape was edited, right? But they take Jamar Chase, the number 1 wide receiver prospect, besides Rashad Bateman. So him and Scary Terry together, it's pretty damn good. 6, Jaguars, even though big Gardner Minshew fan, they break the seal on the quarterbacks, taking Trey Lance over Justin Fields, over Trevor Lawrence. That is really interesting. Number 8, Dylan Moses, great linebacker from Bama. Remember, the Dolphins have 2 first-round picks because also they have the Texans first and second-round picks. And by the way, as the Texans just start out 0-3, the Dolphins are just like, so the Dolphins go back-to-back Bama, which is ironic since Nick Saban used to coach the Dolphins. So they got Moses and Jalen Waddle. It's scary that Jalen Waddle and Devonta Smith might be better than Jerry Jeudy and Henry Ruggs. I mean, that's just how Bama reloads. Travis Etienne, 10 out of Clemson, probably the best running back in a pretty solid running back class. So Todd Gurley obviously doesn't get it done. I think that they might have a new GM and head coach here, but Etienne take his talents to Atlanta. So now the Vikings are on the clock at 11. So I mean, Justin Fields is just sitting there chilling, right? And I think we would be raked over the coals, maybe rightfully so, if this one didn't go through. Get out of here, Charles Schwab. But just look at the big board. Right, so Creed Humphrey, stud. Although a lot of the same issues that are cropping up with Drew Samia about balance and leverage do prop up with Creed Humphrey. Also, if you want fun, go back to the Big 12 title game and watch and see what James Lynch, the pride of Baylor, did to Creed Humphrey in the Big 12 title game. It's have yourself a Dr. Pepper, Ginger. Let's go. And so, the Zimmer's just champing at the bit. He wants another cornerback. This is a pretty good cornerback class. Rondale Moore with Justin Jefferson and Thielen would be a ton of fun. Wyatt Davis, probably the best guard prospect in here. Again, when I was hammering the table for Jonah Jackson last year in the mid rounds, he was a perfect scheme fit, stepping in that left guard. When you're watching Jonah Jackson, Ohio State tape, Wyatt Davis will pop off the screen as well. Basically, a one-year starter. We'll see what he does this year. I mean, he's a man size, ready to rock and roll. Perfect scheme fit. Ohio State ran a lot of outside zone with J.K. 2K Dobbins. So Davis will make a ton of sense. Marvin Wilson is an absolute monster as well on the interior, but we will get yelled at if we don't take it. Well, let's see what they got on the big board. Because I said before, I'm not the biggest Justin Fields fan. I think that his game has a lot more questions than, say, obviously Trevor Lawrence and Trey Lance, small school questions, but I like his upside a little bit more. All right, so Tanner Morgan, KJ Costello, Kyle Trask can go in the later rounds. I'm just going to do it. Just to own the libs. Wyatt Davis. You take the guard at 11? Damn straight. You GD right. Yeah, so Wyatt Davis, come on down. You're a Minnesota Fighting Viking. And as soon as we get to the Vikings third round pick, then we'll pause and we'll recap the first round. Man, it's a lot of fun. I love draft season, and as the Vikings are slowly just cratering and headed towards the abyss, it's all we got. It's all we got. It's all we need, but it's all we got. All right, let's see here. Man, it's going to be a long wait. All right, pick 75. Hey, what happened? Oh, pick 75. Okay. All right, so let's recap the first round real quick. So after 11, Creed Humphrey, Devonta Smith, Caleb Farley. The Eagles need some help second. Oh, Justin Fields. Mrs. Fields. The cookies. So him going to Chicago, replacing Mitchell Trubisky-Ponder. Marvin Wilson falls all the way to 16, which is a little bit surprising. I actually like him better than Derek Brown, went to the Panthers at, 7 this year, coming out of Auburn. Let's see here. Rondale Moore of the Patriots. That's unfair, man. That's unfair. Bateman going to the Cardinals. Ooh. All right, so the future. I love Fitz, but, and of course the Cardinals are going to run 4 and 5 wide. They're just going to get after it. So you got Bateman, you got Nuke, you got Christian Kirk, and you got Andy Isabella. Get some. Also Keyshawn Johnson. I mean, damn. All right, Leatherwood, who I liked, he going. Kyle Pitts is probably the best tight end prospect in this draft. He goes to Tennessee. Jonnu and Pitts. Okay. Oh my God, the Packers draft Equimania St. Brown's brother. That's on brand. That's hilarious. Oh, the Jets. Ooh. So the Jets trade back in and take Jamie Newman, the Georgia quarterback transfer from Wake Forest. Interesting. Anything else of note? Sam Cosmi goes. Trey Smith goes. Trey Smith and Wheeler Walker Little Jr., like two really good offensive line prospects that I really like. Najee Harris. It's interesting. All right, so let's look at the big board. So I already got the guard guy, already got the offensive lineman. Like, do you just double down? I like Cade Mays. I like Tucker. I mean, Tucker graded out really well last year, and I think he's going to have a phenomenal season if the Big 12 does come back, which I think they probably are. Look at the big board. All right, so Cisco. Atwell is there. Brock Purdy. I know that people really like Brock Purdy. I'm sort of meh on him. I got Chris Rumpf. All right, so let's look at the quarterbacks. All right, so Purdy's on board. Tanner Morgan's on board. Kyle Trask is on board as well. I think that Purdy, Morgan, Costello, and Trask could all make a push into the first round. I really do. Maybe even Ellinger as well. This is going to be a really interesting quarterback class. I think a lot of guys are going to do themselves a lot of favors. But as of right now, so do you just double down offensive line? Do we just do it for the people, for the brand? I like Deontay Brown. Nah, I'm going to go Tucker. So you got Tucker and Wyatt Davis, two big-time, big school guards that have played at the highest level, and I just love it, man. So, yeah, what are you doing? Your first two picks are taking guards? Yes, it's exactly what we're doing. So now, do we give Zimmer his cornerback? Let's see who's there on the board. Molden, Lucas, McCrary. I like Griffin. Seems like a little bit of a reach, though. All right. Looking at quarterbacks again. Kyle Trask still there? You know what? We're just gonna do it. There we go. Kyle Trask, welcome on in. You are the future franchise quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings. And remember, we're in the 4th round, so the Vikings have 3 4th-rounders and 2 5th-rounders. Also, this isn't even including compensatory picks, so a little bit early in the process there. Do we go back-to-back quarterbacks, or do I just take Derek King? That'd be great. All right, defensive interior. Day Stills. Man. All right, let's see what we got here. Or do we triple down on offensive line just to make sure we get it right? But all right, so you got Vera Tucker, you got Wyatt Davis as your left and right guards, respectively, and then you have Bradbury at center, you have Cleveland at left tackle, and then you got Brian O'Neill at right tackle. Baby, you got Stu going along the offensive line. All right, so let's see what else we got here. Let's go Rabel. Yeah. All right, so let's start suturing up that cornerback room. Now, I like McCreary. Frankly, I like him a little bit more than Igbenegane, who was a first-round pick by the Dolphins last year. He's not really having a great start, but it's almost like it's tough to transition from college to NFL cornerback play. It's weird. All right, so interior defensive line. All right, so I like Kelly. Now, we're going to go Jordan Davis. Bring it on. Oh, Lorenzo Neal's. I'm assuming that's Lorenzo Neal's kid, right? I mean, it's got to be. Lorenzo Neal was a bad dude, by the way. Just leading the way for LT all those years. It's great. All right, let's look at the big board. Alaric Jackson. That's a hell of a name. He's a good player, too. See here. Keith Taylor. I mean, you could go Ellsworth. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Screw it. We'll just give Zimmer all the toys that he needs since the first 3 picks were spent on offense, and he's just like, well, what about me? Big Camp Bryant. No. Moon. I like Phillips. Or do we pull a diet version of RG3 and Kirk Cousins and just double down on QB? I wouldn't be mad about it, to be honest. You know, I'm going to do it just because these are meant to be fun. Sam Ehlinger, come on down. Man, that's great. All right, so user picks. Here we go. All right, so the Vikings drafting 11, and just outside of the top 10, you're thinking, what are they going to do? So taking a guard at 11, it's a bold strategy, but Wyatt Davis is a perfectly great prospect. I think he's going to be the best interior offensive lineman of this class. So having him along and just plopping him in at right guard day 1, no muss, no fuss, you are good to go. Then also, you got Elijah Vera Tucker from USC coming on in. He's going to be your other guard, going to come in and crush worlds. Then you're doubling down on quarterback, taking Kyle Trask at the top of the 4th round, and then circling back at the back end of the 5th round, taking Sam Ehlinger. Now, I think both of these guys are going to go a lot higher than they're projected right now, just because of the quarterback tax. Also, both of them have a full season to play phenomenal, and they're off to a great start. Is Texas back? Then giving Zimmer some toys, if Zimmer's still got McCreary, the cornerback from Auburn, who I really like. Jordan Davis, the defensive tackle from Georgia, as well as Ellsworth from Iowa State. So 2 secondary pieces, and interior defensive line guy. If they went a little bit more ham on interior defensive line, I wouldn't be mad at all. But overall, the whole Spielman ignores the offensive line, that narrative sort of dies. So left to right, you got Cleveland, Vera Tucker, Bradbury, Davis, and O'Neill. Let's go hunt. Let's go hunt for Kyle Trask and Sam Ehlinger. All right, so that's it. That is Vikings 2021 Mock Draft 1.0. Sure, why the hell not? What are your thoughts on our thoughts? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Post some in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull, production value.